Recently, we're faced with challenges when it comes to programming plinths. When people think of the ground floor, they too often turn to traditional retail and commercial functions, but new formulas are coming up and plinths need to be flexible, so they need to change with the changing demands. For example, this boutique could easily become a co-working space, a doctor's office, daycare, or even a private residence. Because of these trends, it's really important to consider and to involve the key stakeholders like owners, residents, local entrepreneurs. But many streets are under pressure. They're losing foot traffic and vacancy is increasing. In the last 10 years, the Netherlands has seen a high increase in retail space, but turnover is really high. Trends like internet shopping are having a big impact on the retail economy. So planning and designing for private residence in the ground floor is often overlooked, but is a really important part to a plinth strategy. This is one thing that we came across in Stockholm while conducting a Plinth Game with the municipality. Stockholm is going through a massive population increase. They need to add an additional 140,000 new homes. They can't all be on the upper floors. Some have to be on the ground floor. So what we help them realize is that they can be on the ground floor. They can be well designed, and people would want to live there. Not only is there space for commercial and retail, but there is space for private residential plinths. And these plinths need to be flexible in the long term. They can be well designed.
A good city at eye level is not only about shops and commercial spaces and retail. Especially nowadays with the internet shopping, we cannot fill all plinths with shops. That's not the answer. So we need to think about good residential plinths, living on the ground floor, houses. And there are many good examples, like we have here in this very historic example. You can see that the plinth is really open to the street. You have the idea that there are eyes on the street and you feel at home as a pedestrian. And a very important part in residential plinths, good residential plinths, is the hybrid zone. The hybrid zone is the transition between the private space and the public space. And as we can see here, there's a small stairs. People have made a garden over there. And it was just the city allowing this first 30 centimeters out of the facade to be part of the hybrid zone and have some plants and flowers in it, and already you feel at home. Luckily in modern architecture we find good residential plinths as well, like we see in this example. Also because of the hybrid zone, the transition between the public space and the private space. Here just very simply done with a place for the flowers that residents will take care of themselves, and an inboard balcony. And already as a pedestrian on the street you feel much more at home, you feel human activity, and it's a good city at eye level. The best way to start working on a better city at eye level is to experience it yourself and analyze the streets and involve all the partners that you need for implementing afterwards. So the property owners, the people working in the city in different departments, different disciplines, renters of places. To do so, we've developed the City at Eye Level game, or the Plinth Game, that we do in 1 day or in 3 days, depending on the number of areas you want to visit. And in mixed groups we actually visit the areas. We use the criteria from the book to analyze places together and then come back and draw up conclusions. We did Plinth Games in Amsterdam here, in the Pijp, but also in Stockholm, where the city wants to be a better walkable city. And it helped a lot and created a lot of momentum to do the Plinth Game with the people in Stockholm. The book contains a list of criteria. If you want to apply it in your own city, in your own street, to get a better city at eye level, then go to the last section of the book and you will find the criteria there. It's a list in development, so we're also looking for people who would like to add new criteria or criteria that are missing.